Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're putting on our detective hats to investigate a super common, but honestly, often totally overlooked indoor air mystery. I mean, have you ever noticed that you actually feel worse sitting inside your own house than you do when you step outside? Well, let's dive right into this and figure out exactly why that's happening.
Think about your daily routine for a second. If you regularly wake up with a blocked nose, maybe burning eyes, or this unexplained cough that suddenly flares up indoors, but then it just magically clears up the moment you leave for work or school, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to explore a really common yet entirely fixable culprit behind this super frustrating cycle, which is indoor moisture and possible mold exposure. Now, before we get too far, I just want to highlight something really important. This explainer is a practical educational guide. It's not medical advice, and we aren't here to diagnose any medical conditions. So if your symptoms are severe, long-lasting, or if you have asthma or a weakened immune system, definitely always consult a healthcare professional. Our focus today is strictly on the physical environment around you. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll unpack the indoor air mystery. Second, we'll look at 10 warning signs of mold. Third, inspecting your home. Fourth, a helpful moisture solution. And finally, the Action Moisture Checklist. Section 1, the indoor air mystery. Let's look at the fundamental puzzle of indoor air quality and understand why simply spraying an air freshener or lighting a scented candle won't ever truly solve that lingering musty smell in your hallway. The absolute key here, the real game changer, is moisture control. You see, mold is a total opportunist. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere, right? It thrives exactly where there is moisture. We're talking about those steamy bathrooms with poor ventilation, damp basements, under leaky sinks, or around window condensation. You literally cannot solve a mold problem just by wiping it away. Controlling that indoor dampness, what we call moisture control, is the absolutely essential step to stop mold from growing back permanently. That brings us to Section 2, 10 warning signs of mold. Let's explore the specific clues and bodily signals people often connect with possible mold exposure. You know, it is incredibly easy to confuse mold signs with regular seasonal allergies because, honestly, they look practically identical on the surface. But the vital difference here is the environment. Seasonal allergies are usually triggered outside by pollen. Mold symptoms, on the other hand, typically worsen when you're indoors, particularly in enclosed damp spaces. So if your allergies act up in the middle of winter, or maybe only when you're doing laundry down in the basement, you really need to pay attention to that pattern. We're about to look at the specific physical warning signs, but I want to give you a quick heads up. Pay close attention to this upcoming list because number 8 is actually one of the biggest clues people completely ignore when they're trying to figure out why they feel sick at home. All right, here are the first 9 of our 10 warning signs. Number 1, a stuffy nose or sinus congestion. You know, like waking up totally blocked up every single morning in the exact same bedroom. Number 2, sneezing and a runny nose. Number 3, coughing or a sore throat. Number 4, wheezing or shortness of breath. Number 5, burning, red, or itchy eyes. This often happens in closed rooms with poor airflow. Number 6 is a skin rash or itching for sensitive individuals. Number 7, headaches or a feeling of pressure. But now, look at number 8. Symptoms improve when leaving home. Seriously, this is the strongest clue. You feel worse in the house, better outside, and then worse again the minute you return. Finally, number 9 is sudden asthma or allergy flare-ups. Now, while your body's reactions are definitely important clues, the home signs may actually tell you more than the symptoms alone. To truly solve this mystery, we have to look past our own bodies and look at the building itself. Let's move to Section 3, inspecting your home. This is where we step into the role of a true detective to inspect your actual living space for physical evidence. And here it is, warning sign number 10, the home itself. This final sign isn't a bodily symptom at all. It's what you actually observe in your environment. Are you seeing visible mold? You know, those little black, green, white, or fuzzy spots? What about peeling paint or bubbling wallpaper? Do you see heavy condensation just dripping down your windows in the mornings? Are there wet walls, or maybe those brownish water stains on the ceiling? And of course, the classic musty smell. If your house smells like an old, damp library book, that's literally your home trying to communicate with you. Now, here is an absolutely crucial point. Cleaning mold without fixing the underlying moisture is exactly why it often comes back. I mean, you can scrub a bathroom tile until it literally sparkles, but if that bathroom stays incredibly humid with absolutely no ventilation, that mold is going to return like clockwork. You just have to fix the dampness.
Section 4, a helpful moisture solution. Now that we know exactly what we're looking for and we understand the root cause, let's explore a very practical solution to tackle those chronically damp rooms. If you've identified that a specific room, maybe a basement, a laundry room, or a poorly ventilated bathroom, is overly humid, one incredibly useful tool is a dehumidifier, like this Amazon Basics model. What this machine does is actively pull excess moisture right out of the air and collects it in a tank. By lowering the overall humidity, it makes the environment way less hospitable for mold. It just makes it so much harder for it to keep growing on your walls and surfaces. It has some really helpful features for home moisture control. Things like smart dehumidification to keep things in a comfortable, safe range, a timer, auto-defrost, overflow protection so it doesn't spill everywhere when it's full, plus a reusable filter and a removable water collection bin that you just slide right out and empty into the sink. Now, I want to be perfectly clear here. A dehumidifier does not cure any illness, and it absolutely does not replace cleaning up existing mold or fixing a broken, leaky pipe. But it is an excellent proactive way to reduce the underlying moisture problem in your home.
Moving on to Section 5, the Action Moisture Checklist. Let's pull everything we've just learned together into a clear, step-by-step action plan that you can actually start using today.
All right, here is your straightforward checklist. Step 1, check for leaks under your sinks, around windows, on your roof, and in the bathroom. Step 2, look actively for visible mold, water stains, peeling paint, and yep, that musty smell we talked about. Step 3, measure your indoor humidity. You can get a really cheap humidity meter for this and improve your ventilation just by opening windows when the weather permits. Step 4, use a dehumidifier in those stubbornly damp rooms. Step 5, clean small mold spots safely and please always use protection like a mask and gloves. And finally, Step 6, call a professional if the mold area is large, hidden behind walls, or if your health symptoms are severe.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to remember this. The goal is not to panic. Seriously, it's just a matter of informed home maintenance. The goal is simply to notice the pattern of your symptoms, check your home for the physical signs, take steps to reduce that indoor moisture, and just take action early before it becomes a bigger issue. Before you go, I've actually left a link to a dehumidifier option down in the description below, just in case you're dealing with damp air and want to see if it fits your room size. Now, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. What is your home trying to tell you about the air you breathe, and which room are you going to inspect first? Thank you so much for learning with me today on this explainer. Stay curious, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next one.